97% of people will never build real wealth. And it's not because they don't earn enough money. It's because of 5 specific habits that keep them trapped. And most people have no idea they're doing them. Welcome back. If you've ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly build wealth while others, despite earning decent money, always feel financially stuck, this video is going to answer that question completely. We're not going to talk about generic advice like spend less, save more. You've heard that. Instead, we're going to go deep on the actual psychological and behavioral patterns that keep 97% of people broke. And for each one, I'm giving you a specific, actionable fix you can implement today. Let's get into it. The first habit is lifestyle inflation, and it is probably the single most destructive wealth killer that nobody talks about. Here's how it works. You get a raise. Suddenly, you feel like you can afford a nicer apartment. So you upgrade. Then you need a car to match the apartment. So you upgrade that too. New clothes for the new job. Dinner's out because you've earned it. And by the time the dust settles, you're spending every single euro of that raise, and sometimes more. This is called lifestyle creep. And the insidious thing about it is that it feels completely justified in the moment. You worked hard. You deserve nice things. That logic isn't wrong. The problem is when your spending expands automatically every time your income does. You never actually get ahead. You just run the same race on a bigger track. Here's a real example. Imagine 2 people, both earning 2,500 euros a month. One lifestyle creeps with every raise. The other saves 20% no matter what. After 10 years, the saver hasn't just saved more. Thanks to compound growth, they've built a gap that takes decades to close. The fix is what I call the 50% rule. Every time your income increases, raise, bonus, freelance income, anything, you immediately redirect at least 50% of that increase into savings or investments before you touch it. The other 50%? Enjoy it guilt-free. You've earned it. But by capturing half automatically, you build wealth at the same pace you build your lifestyle. Over a career, this single habit is worth hundreds of thousands of euros. The second habit is one that actually feels responsible, which makes it even more dangerous. It's keeping all your money in a savings account. Now I want to be clear, having a savings account isn't bad. An emergency fund sitting in a savings account is exactly where it should be. But the mistake most people make is treating their savings account like an investment, piling money in month after month, watching the number go up, and feeling financially secure. Here's the problem. Inflation in Europe has been running between 3 and 6% in recent years. The average savings account pays well under 2% interest. That means every year your money sits there is losing purchasing power. In real terms, you are getting poorer, even as the number on the screen goes up. Think about it this way. If you have 10,000 euros in a savings account earning 1.5% interest, but inflation is 4%, your money has effectively lost 2.5% of its value in 1 year. That's 250 euros gone, silently, invisibly, with no warning. The fix is to separate your money into 2 buckets. Bucket 1 is your emergency fund. 3 to 6 months of expenses in a savings account or high-yield account. This money is for emergencies only. It should be boring and accessible. Bucket 2 is everything else, any money you don't need in the next 3 to 5 years. This goes into investments, low-cost index funds, ETFs, or a simple all-world fund. Platforms like Trade Republic or DeGiro make this extremely simple to set up, even if you've never invested before. You don't need to pick stocks. You don't need to understand charts. You just need to start. Time in the market beats everything else. The third habit is the one that quietly undermines everything else: not having a system. Most people manage their money reactively. They check their balance when they're worried. They save whatever's left at the end of the month, which for most people is nothing. They make financial decisions based on how they feel in the moment, not based on a plan. Wealthy people do the opposite. They automate. They build systems so that the right financial decisions happen automatically without needing willpower, discipline, or even thinking about it. Here's the system I'd recommend for anyone starting out. It's called the 3-account method. Account 1 is your income account. your salary lands here. On the day your salary arrives, 2 automatic transfers fire. Transfer 1 sends a fixed percentage. I recommend starting at 20%, but even 10% is fine, directly into your investment account. Transfer 2 sends your fixed expenses, rent, subscriptions, utilities, to a bills account. What remains in your income account is your spending money for the month. You can spend every euro of it guilt-free because the important things have already been handled. The psychological effect of this system is massive. You stop making 30 small financial decisions a month and replace them with one setup session. You stop feeling guilty about spending because you know your future is already funded. And you stop the most common wealth-destroying behavior of all, spending first and saving what's left. With the system, you save first and spend what's left. That single reversal is the difference between building wealth and not. The fourth habit is one of the most understandable, but also one of the most expensive. It's avoiding investing because it feels scary or complicated. I get it. The stock market sounds like something for rich people or finance professionals. You've probably heard stories of people losing everything. The language is confusing. ETFs, index funds, dividends, volatility. It's easy to decide that investing just isn't for you and park everything in a savings account instead. But here's what that decision actually costs you. If you invest 200 euros a month into a global index fund from age 25 and it grows at the historical average of around 7% per year, by age 65 you have approximately 525,000 euros. If you wait until age 35 to start, just 10 years later, that same 200 euros a month grows to about 243,000 euros. Same money, same rate. 10 years later, the difference? Over 280,000 euros. Gone, simply because of hesitation. That's the cost of fear. And the cruel thing is, the investing itself is not complicated. A global index fund, something like an MSCI World ETF, automatically invests your money across thousands of companies in dozens of countries. When one company fails, it barely registers. When the global economy grows, you grow with it. You don't need to research stocks. You don't need to watch charts. You set it up, automate a monthly contribution, and let time do the heavy lifting. The fix here is to start embarrassingly small. Open a Trade Republic or DeGiro account this week. Invest 25 euros. Just 25 euros. The point isn't the amount. The point is breaking the psychological barrier of starting. Once you've done it once, it stops being scary. And then you build from there. The fifth habit is the one that enables all the others, ignoring financial education. We spend 13 years in school and learn almost nothing about money. Nobody teaches you how credit cards actually work, what inflation does to your savings, how to read a pay slip, or why starting to invest at 22 versus 32 is worth hundreds of thousands of euros. So most people arrive at adulthood financially illiterate, through no fault of their own, and then spend decades making expensive mistakes because nobody ever explained the rules of the game. The fix is simple, and you've already started it by watching this video. Dedicate 20 minutes a day, a commute, a lunch break, a walk, to learning about personal finance. YouTube is free. Books like The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel or I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi cost less than a dinner out and are worth thousands. The return on financial education is unlike any other investment. Understanding compound interest, tax-efficient accounts, and basic investing principles doesn't just make you smarter. It directly puts money in your pocket for the rest of your life. Let's bring it all together. The 5 habits keeping most people broke are lifestyle inflation that silently grows with every raise, treating savings accounts like investments while inflation quietly destroys their value, having no financial system and making decisions reactively, avoiding investing out of fear and paying a massive price in lost compound growth, and ignoring financial education, leaving them unequipped to make good decisions. None of these are about earning more money. All of them are about what you do with the money you already have. And every single one of them is fixable, starting today. If this video opened your eyes to something, subscribe, because next video I'm breaking down exactly how compound interest works with real numbers and why it's genuinely the closest thing to a financial superpower that exists. I'll see you there.